Hi, I'm Nikki from Teaching Autism and welcome to the Autism and Special Education Community Podcast. Are you an autism or special education professional? Are you a teacher or therapist looking for support and new ideas? You may even be a parent, family member or carer. This podcast is perfect to help you find out more information, support and get some of your questions answered. Hi and welcome back to the Teaching Autism and Special Education Community Podcast. So often I am asked for advice and ways to use staff in the classroom and how to provide them with responsibilities and help them feel more involved within the classroom. So today on the podcast, I am going to talk about something that a lot of teachers can find really hard to do, but it's something that's actually really beneficial for everyone when it's done right. And this is about delegating tasks and responsibilities in the classroom. I know as teachers, we feel like we need to do everything, or like it's not fair for us to expect things from our team of staff. But honestly, most of the time, our assistants and team of staff, they really do want to get more hands-on and be more involved. But they also might not want to overstep and ask you outright. The best advice that I can give when you're starting to think about delegating in the classroom is to make sure that you've spent the time getting to know your staff and building relationships with them. Show them that you value them and you respect them and that you appreciate their hard work. Next, have a discussion, an open-ended one that's super laid back. Invite everyone to have a hot drink and some snacks before class starts one day or 5 minutes after it's finished, just to catch up and chat. Discuss the possibilities of delegating tasks and responsibilities and listen to what your staff have to say. What are their strengths? What areas are they interested in taking more ownership of? Everyone has different life experiences and different strengths. You may have a member of staff who has great ICT skills and they want to make some digital resources for your students. Or you may have a member of staff who loves all things sensory, who would love to be in charge of changing the sensory tray every week or month. When you think about all of the balls that we are constantly juggling, it's very easy to become overwhelmed. But if you have staff members who want to help and want to take an area of responsibility, not just to help you out, but to better themselves professionally and have ownership of something that they enjoy doing with students, instantly you are going to have less balls that you need to be juggling. And the fewer the amount of balls you juggle, the less chance you have of dropping one or two or more. So I know you might be thinking at this point, well, what are some areas of responsibilities or tasks that I can offer to delegate? Honestly, it's going to look a little different in every classroom or learning environment that you're in. And that's because we all have different schedules, different students, different things we're doing with our students. But to give you some ideas, here are some of the areas of responsibilities that we like to offer our team of staff. Things like cookery sessions, art and craft sessions, sensory sessions, story time, breakfast and morning meeting, different subjects, task boxes, physical education, life skills, classroom displays, field trips, ICT, classroom funds. Remember, keep in mind your staff's individual strengths and what they are interested in. Just like with our students, when you find something that interests them and provide them the chance to work on that, they instantly become more motivated and feel appreciated. And that's what we want our staff to do as well. And also, everyone is different. You may have someone who feels overwhelmed with too much responsibility, but they would be happy to take over breakfast or snack times. And on the flip side, you may have someone who thrives on the responsibility and being able to grow in a particular area. They may want to specialize in that area of responsibility, like sensory sessions or therapies. All of this means you're going to have more things taken off your plate. And this means you will have more time for other things that need to get done. And hopefully, in the long run, this means you will be taking home less work and not staying late behind when school finishes. Now, I know it can be very hard to hand over responsibility. A lot of us feel like we're held to such high standards, and the thought of handing control over to someone else can be super nerve-wracking. Have you ever seen those memes online with teachers joking about how people cut Velcro the wrong way, or they've not laminated something the way they want it to be done? I know it can feel like the end of the world sometimes when things like that happen, especially when we're feeling overwhelmed because we already have so much to do, but it really isn't. You can always sit down with staff and discuss expectations or things they need to follow when taking over a certain area. So for me, I like to have the hard Velcro stays and the soft Velcro travels. If that gets changed, obviously it can mess things up because now those pieces can't be used with everything else that they're needed to. And there's going to be kinks while everyone gets used to their roles. I mean, let's face it, whenever you start something new, there's going to be a learning curve. So remember to be patient, praise your staff, let them know they are doing a great job and how grateful you are for all their help. All these things will keep them motivated. One of the hardest things to do is to let go of control. But I promise you, once you've done it and you start to accept help, you will feel so much lighter. You will feel so much better in yourself because your workload will drastically reduce. What you will find is a lot of staff, as they get more confident, will feel more able to work in their area of responsibility. And you can use this time to sit back and observe your students, or you can get paperwork done and work on planning, or things that normally you may struggle to find time for. And while all of this is going on, your staff are all developing and growing professionally and personally too, into better versions of themselves. And this is all going to have a hugely positive effect, not just on your classroom, but also in future classrooms that they work in too. So because I don't want you to feel overwhelmed about handing over control, I am going to give you 5 really quick action steps that you can take to start the process of delegating. Number 1, speak to your team as staff. Ask for their opinions, listen to what they have to say. Do they have particular areas of responsibility or tasks that they would like to work on? Number 2, look at your staff's strengths and how you can use them in your classroom and continue to grow. Number 3, list out staff and the potential responsibilities or tasks, and then sit with them on a one-to-one basis and talk with them about the possibilities. Are they happy with them? Can you talk through with them what those responsibilities will look like? Number 4, will your staff need training in that area of responsibility, or are there ways you can help them continue to grow and develop professionally in that area? If so, try and find training opportunities and offer them to the staff members where possible to see if it's something they would be interested in. And finally, number 5, make a point of setting boundaries when delegating and expectations, but also remember to be patient, encouraging, supportive, motivating, and appreciative. The work that they're going to be doing is going to have a huge benefit for you personally in the long run, as well as for themselves. And you want them to know how much you appreciate their hard work. Remember the saying, someone who is appreciated will always work harder and do their best. I hope you found this podcast episode today helpful and that it's given you some food for thought about delegating tasks and responsibilities to your team of staff. Don't forget to head on over to the show notes for some helpful links to help you continue to learn more about this area and for more ways you can use your team of staff, but also how to help them, support them, and build relationships with them. Thank you for listening, and I'll speak to you again soon.